Hi, welcome back to my channel. This weekend is the third anniversary for World of Tanks, and I've been playing for 2 years, just a little bit over 2 years, and have kind of collected, as you've seen, a pretty large portion of the premium tanks. Now, some of the more expensive ones I don't have, but tonight we're going to take a special look at the T-25 because I have not done a review on this tank yet, and it rarely goes on sale. It's very rare to see the T-25 half off. So if you've been waiting for this tank, now's your time to get it. I would say out of the German medium trainers, and they've got lots of them. They've got the T-25, they've got the Panzer IVS, and then they also have the Panther M10. Out of these four tanks, or three tanks, and they also, oh, that's right, there's four, because they also have this guy, and this guy's going to be on sale too. This one I think is the best medium trainer. While the T-25 does not see preferential matchmaking, in other words, it will go up to Tier 7, it is probably the most able of all of the medium tanks. Well, you know, this little guy is very able too. However, he gets up to Tier 5, it's a Tier 3, and that's really hard to run him. Whereas this tank does okay on Tier 7. And on top of that, this tank also has the full crew. Whereas you can see with the Panzer, this one only has the three crew members. So two of your guys from your regular German medium tanks are going to miss out on training because they don't have slots for them. So, but the T-25, the Panzer IVS, and the Panther M10 all have 5 slots. So they get more room for training. And the training, actually in these tanks, they all match up with the other German medium tanks. So the crews are the same throughout the line, which is nice. But out of these three, if you can only have one, I would say this is the tank to pick because it is the most able of all the tanks. Now, it does have some shortcomings. First of all, it turns very slowly. It's got a traverse speed of 30, which is absolutely miserable. You will want to train crews that you've got running in it. You're going to want to train them with, what is that? The driver you want to train with the clutch braking because you want to be able to turn this tank quickly. And I have a crappy crew that I'll be running tonight. They don't have any perks yet. They'll be getting them soon, but I will be training them with clutch braking. And it never hurts to have clutch braking on any tank, but you know it's especially needed on this tank. It also has a really crappy turret speed, 22. This is just miserable. So it takes a long time to bring the gun around. Even if you turn the body, the whole thing is slow. It actually reminds me, and because it has a really high top speed of 60 kilometers an hour, this kind of reminds me of an armored lower tier Hellcat. It actually plays very much like the American Hellcat, minus the amazing camo. But it really is a very Hellcat-ish feeling tank. Now, unlike a lot of the Tier 5 premiums, this tank actually has a fairly decent gun. It is a Skoda cannon, which is interesting. This is actually a Skoda tank. And for those of you who have watched rally racing before, for a long time, Skoda used to, they actually still make cars in Czechoslovakia. So it's a Czechoslovakian tank, and it's got this Skoda gun. And so it's 116 penetration, 110 damage, and it fires 14 shots per minute. So about every 2.5 seconds or so, you're going to fire maybe a little bit less, 1.8. We'll see when we get in there, but it's not a bad gun. It's not great with the penetration, but for Tier 5, it's plenty. When you get into a Tier 7 match, you're going to run into difficulty if you run into the fronts of heavy tanks. But it's really a nice tank. I really a good gun, a good fast-moving tank, a decent scout. Like I said, where it really fails is in its ability to maneuver quickly, and that can be frustrating when you're trying to turn to get out of a bad situation. But it does reverse and go forward pretty quickly. So, yeah. So let's go ahead and go through the stats. 610 hit points. If we look at the other Tier 5s, 610. Oops, that's Tier 6. The Sherman, 460. So it's a little on the high side, but that's okay. We'll take it. The regular Matilda's 610. So it matches up with the other premium mediums. Lightweight, 450 horsepower motor. Not that that really matters because this is what matters. Your 60 kilometer speed limit. That's very fast. In fact, I think like the Ram 2, for example, which would be kind of a competitor, same armor, 610 again, 38. But it has a much better traverse and a much better turret traverse. So, but if you want to train your German crews, you got to have a German tank. So, and then also it's got fairly crappy armor, but it has some good angling on it. The hull is 50 on the front, 60 on the front of the turret. Turret sides are 60. The hull side is 45, and then we've got 20 on the back, or 35 on the back of the turret, and 20 on the back of the hull, which is really thin. But now we've got a very small portion that's not angled. So, yeah, you're kind of vulnerable. You will bounce shots from time to time, though, from the front of the tank. So you obviously keep your front at your enemy, kind of give it a little bit of angling, and you should be okay. And you should bounce a decent amount of shots, but it's not great. You are going to get penetrated. It's a medium tank. That's how it is. So let's go ahead and run this guy. I really like this tank. Like I said, I don't have a ton of battles. Oh, yeah. Forgot again. Let's see the stats. All right, I got 50 battles in it. I've got a very respectable 58% win rate with this tank. About 494 average experience. That's not great, but it seems to be what I average at Tier 5 is about 500. So all in all, it's been a good tank for me. Like I said, I don't play it a lot, but you know, I don't think it's really suffered much from power creep, and it can keep up with what's going on now in World of Tanks. So it's a good medium tank, and like I said, it's one of the better Tier 5 premium tanks, and definitely I think in the German line of mediums, it's the best. With the Panzer IV-S, maybe for money making would be the next one. Okay, so unlike the Matilda BP and the Matilda IV, which I feel kind of fall flat on their face when they get into Tier 6 battles, Tier 7 battles, of course, would be completely out of the question. This tank isn't bad on Tier 7. It actually, it can do fairly respectably. Now, it needs to be played, obviously, and this is a Tier 6 matchup, but mostly Tier 6. It needs to be played, you know, with some respect that you are going to get penetrated easily, but I'm pretty confident that I'll be able to do some good for our team before I buy the farm. I'm going to play it a little bit like a tank destroyer and see what happens. And you can do that with this. Now, obviously, the camo's not there, but you don't want to be in frontline tank, especially in a higher tier battle. If you're Tier 5, you can push it a little bit, but look here, Panzers. There they go. Those guys are going to get killed. That'll be great. I love these clickers. Stop. Feels like you got to click everything on the keyboard, like we couldn't figure it out. Does anybody even pay attention to those anymore? The only time I pay attention is during the middle of a battle when things start going all pear-shaped. Yeah, so we're going to hang out here. Gun depression in this tank isn't bad. It's not great, but you can see here I can kind of get the gun down a little bit, and I'm on a hillside. However, I am kind of exposed, but I know we're really not supposed to expose or move our turret when we're trying to be camoed. So I'll try to sit still. Okay, not a lot going on in the back alley, so I'm going to move out and try to sneak around, see if I can cause some trouble. And the Jag Tiger's here. Jag Panther, whatever it is. Hey, Jackson. Oh, it hit the ground. That was great. Is he AFK? I think that guy might have been AFK because he was doing weird stuff and not responding to being shot in the back. I'm going to help out with this Churchill if I can. Nothing else spotted so far. Oops, I went a little too far. I cannot believe those Panzers are still alive. Dang it, I'm going to have to really expose myself now. He sees me now. I gotta get out of here. SU-100Y is gonna be looking for me too. Oh, T-34. All right. And he got the first shot on me. That's not good. He's got kind of a crappy gun. Oh boy. Nice. Well, no help. Thanks. Thanks, Jag Panther, for doing one hit. Doesn't that thing have a better rate of fire? I thought those things fired fast, but what are you going to do? I got overrun. But I did, yeah, I did okay. Looks like we're going to win. Let's see what happens. Yeah, it's partly my fault for pushing out a little too far, but was not expecting to run into two tanks there. I could have probably handled the T-34 with a little help from the Jag Panther, but T-34's got a good gun. Not great armor, but you saw I bounced a shot. He had good enough angling that it caught me. Not a bad battle. All right, so I guess I played pretty good. Second class mastery badge for the week. Did some damage. You know, let's look at the team score. Yeah, I was the third highest scorer on the team. But the Jag Panzer that came with me was the highest. Pretty cool. The Nashorn did good. I'm shocked that we all outdid everybody. I'm actually kind of surprised at that placement. I thought these guys would have a better game, but I guess not. Good money too. And here's one of the things, nice things about these tier 5, tanks. Obviously the premiums make a little bit more money. So even without a premium account, I made 21,000 credits for that battle. If I had premium, it would have been 33. So let's run another one. But yeah, that's how it works. Here's an interesting matchup. Tier 5, a couple heavies, primarily mediums, and then a bunch of 3s and a couple 4s. Yeah, let's see what happens. Not real excited about this, but people are already swearing at each other. See if we can get a quick scout here before all the actions happen. Boop. Yep. Oh, look, there they all are. And I screwed up. I'm going to get a scout award for that. What's coming up this way? Anything? Not yet. Not yet. Keep them all lit. The poor Martyr, too. That tank got skunked so hard. Somebody's hitting me. What's got me? Martyr, too. Wow, he's got a really slow shot if that hit me. That was weird. Yeah, there goes the M37. I'm the only tank probably that they've spotted. So I don't know what happened to their entire team. Well, they're moving down to the range. Looks like their KV-1 is AFK. But our whole team is kind of base camping too, so I don't know. We'll see how this turns out. I'm hoping I can get across here safe and sound. If I can get across here, I can get hits on that KV-1. But I don't want to fire until I'm across. Okay. In a minute, it's going to turn into... Does he know I'm here? He's looking, but it's too late for you. Goodbye. Oh, come on. Yep, and the artillery. Wow, I can't believe that didn't hit me. That's pretty awesome. We better be about the base cap. Yeah. SU-76. How can the artillery be firing that fast? I don't... Hopefully our team will be good enough to... Yeah, they're stopping the cap, so that's good. I want to get this stupid artillery. It's payback time. Gonna find him and clobber him. There he is. Yeah, you're gonna sit there and hit me there, buddy. Not anymore. Somebody else is gonna end up killing him, though. Yeah, but payback time. Wow, that was a fast game. I didn't even have time to do a good job. Still one tank left. Hopefully I can get to that. The AT-2 is going to be a pain to kill. T1 heavy tank, I think he just ran to the back and... Oh, somebody's already taken care of that AT-2. Good for us. We've also got somebody on the cap, so that's good. Yeah. Come on. Oh, that's another thing we need to talk about with this tank. Aim time sucks. Yeah, as you can see, it takes a really long time to aim this tank. And I even have the gun laying drive, and it's just god-awful slow. He's just going to hide the whole battle. Yeah. Should we go for it? We're going to go for it. We're going for it. I don't know if he knows I'm here or not. Oh, I bounced. He's got a better gun than I do, but... Oh, BS. Freaking RNG. Yeah, thanks. My own team's going to hit me in the back. Yeah, we'll find out who was hitting me because that was bogus. Idiot. Yeah, he's getting reported. Okay, there we go. That was a great game. Obviously, I got the Scout Award. We knew that was going to happen. Yeah, and of course, I'm going to be the top of the team because you get a lot of points for scouting. And then, you know, the detailed report. I made 25,000 credits. If I would have been premium, that would have been 40. Wow, what a big multiplier, you know. So that shows you, you know, sometimes being premium makes a lot more money. But even so, that's respectable, you know. 700 experience. Yeah, that's where we should be. And don't get me wrong, it has its moments. There's times when you're in a higher tier battle where you just get clobbered. But anyway, so I hope you enjoyed watching this portion of the review and or this portion of my weekend reviews because I've got more coming. But yeah, I like the T-25. Like I said, it's not a great tank, but it's a good medium tank. And I think of the choices that you have, this one's definitely the most aggressive. The Panzer, this guy you got to play like a sniper. Though I got to say, I'm starting to like this one more. It seems to get on losing teams a lot, but it makes good money. They make about the same amount of money. A lot of people hate this tank. I kind of like it, but it's not a great tank. It's meh. But yeah, so between this one and this one, I would say, even between all three of them, this is definitely the best of the three. And as you can see, you can be very effective, especially when you get a tier 5 battle. It's a lot of fun to just go out there and crush until your teammates start shooting in the back of the head. In fact, let's go ahead and name and shame time. Let's take a look. Well, I found that there will be no name and shame because I actually got hit by 2 different tanks. One by one and one by another. So anyway, but once again, yeah, this is a fun tank. It's good. It's not a great tank by any means. There's definitely, you know, stock tier 5s that are better. You know, obviously the Sherman, the M4. I would say the Russian T-34 and the Chinese type T-34 are better mediums, but they're not premium. So of the premium tanks that are in the German line for training mediums, I would say this is definitely the best of the 3 or 4. It really is a flexible tank, and it's a good, fairly easy tank to play. And you know, I seem to get on good teams with it. Whereas, you know, with the Panzer IV, if you watched my review on that one, it seemed to always get bad teams. Though that's been changing. So I'm going to have to do an update review pretty soon. I'm going to play it some more. But the Panzer IV, it seems like that's kind of changing for me, and I'm starting to get better teams with this tank. So anyway, have a great weekend. Enjoy the sales that are going on, and I will talk to you guys soon. Be sure to subscribe, and we'll see you around the battlefield.